Hello, my name is Steve Gray, and first off, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to participate in round one of your selection process for your new assistant principal. Living in Spring Lake for 25 years, I've always been impressed with the Allendale schools and look forward to the opportunity to become your next assistant principal. I'm excited to transition from a leadership role in the classroom, which I've loved, to a leadership role on an administrative team. I love teaching, coaching, working with people. I'm a people person. I like getting to know my students and my coworkers on a personal level. I'm an excellent positive communicator with any audience. I'm able to cast vision to groups with differing opinions. I'm optimistic, honest, trustworthy. I'm dedicated, loyal, flexible. I'm even-keeled in tough situations, and I have a really strong work ethic. I work well in groups with diverse opinions and backgrounds. I'm able to innovate, plan, and manage multiple projects simultaneously within designated deadlines. Personally, this summer, my wife and I will be married for 35 years. So just loving life together. We have 3 kids who are all married to wonderful spouses. We have 2 grandkids, and we've got another one on the way. So that's big news. So we're really excited about that. I love participating in sports, running, water skiing, snow skiing, playing basketball. I also like to set goals. I'm trying to run a race this summer at a 7:30-mile pace. I'm reading a book a month, and I'm going to try to learn to ride goofy on the wakeboard behind my boats this summer. Probably those are the videos you'd really like to see of my epic fails. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. The scenario you propose to be discussed is great. I'm sure these types of situations happen all regularly and take a fair amount of skill to navigate properly. I job shadowed Tony Bush this winter for a day at Spring Lake High School. I had an interesting day where a couple of these things actually happened, or similar things. All 3 of these things are important, however, they don't all have the same priority level. Let's take the swearing. The student who swore would most likely be the lowest priority. He or she is already in the office under the supervision of an administrative team member. Even the student swore at a teacher or another student in a threatening way. They've been removed from that situation, and they're now in a safe environment. The situation can be dealt with in accordance to the handbook based on the severity of the situation. They slam their finger in their locker, it's exclamatory. If they're yelling profanities at a student or another teacher, then that's more aggressive, and we need to deal with that differently. The other 2 scenarios, either one could be number 1 depending on the circumstances. If they're both number 1s, obviously I've got to delegate to somebody in the resource team, social work team, counseling team to get some help with that. But assuming that we can prioritize them, this is how I would do it. The student who's been gone for 20 minutes, is that student depressed? Are they on a suicide watch? Or do we know that emotionally they're not doing well? If that's the case, that's number 1 priority. We got to deal with that. And we can take the verbal combatants, remove them from the cafeteria, get them to the office where we can give them some questions to start thinking about that will begin that restorative process. But if the student is a senior, they're a known wanderer, they've got senioritis, then we're going to focus on the verbal argument and getting those students removed and getting that restorative process started with them. The verbal arguments, assuming we're not having a depressed person, the verbal argument situation based on the facts given would be my number 1 priority. A verbal argument in a public setting like the lunchroom can often quickly escalate into a physical altercation. In front of the student body, nobody wants to back down, nobody wants to lose face, and the student body might encourage a physical altercation to get started. So intervening to de-escalate the verbal confrontation, remove the students from the public arena would be the number 1 priority there. 2 thoughts would guide my actions. Number 1, we need to keep all of our student body safe. Number 2, this is made a whole lot easier if I know who my student body is, who has a 504, who has an IUP, who's struggling at home, what's their past history behaviorally as well as emotionally. In what ways have these students struggled in the past? Or is this totally out of the blue? These kids are, all of a sudden this happened. We didn't expect that it would be these students. We need to figure that out why as well. One thing I've learned from area principals that I've spoken with about their job is that follow-up is the key. Dealing with the problem today is essential, but follow-up tomorrow, next week, next month, that's what really brings success. So thanks again for allowing me to participate in this part of the process. I'm really excited about and looking forward to the possibility of joining your team. So thank you.